several years, media industry is living turbulent times. The download of the advertising income plus the appearance of new actors in the field, making a place of maximum competition, and the impact of the effects of COVID-19 has deteriorated the finances of hundreds of organizations that were already unstable. Many scholars have studied this phenomenon from different perspectives: marketing, finance, audience, economics, and management, to lead some of them. But one approach that is relatively unexplored and I consider relevant for this time is leadership theory. There is an agreement that people are the main asset of an organization. Through their motivation, creativity, and talent, they can add value to an industry that is characterized rather by imitation. But what is the task of leader in an industry that is undergoing constant transformation? How should this change that give rise to new opportunities be faced? Why is leadership so important? I hope to answer this question throughout this intervention. Peter Drucker, father of modern management, says that the success of a company it is achieved from a proper management of people and less from the ability to obtain greater financial and technological resources. Different authors agree in attributing this situation to a key concept: motivation. Leaders must be aware that people join an organization in the hope of receiving rewards, but when they feel that the work they do every day makes a difference, the commitment is greater and the results are better. To achieve, they must develop a systematic and formal process to search and promote talent in and outside of the organization. Content generation continues to be the differentiating element. Create evaluation system, clarify, measure, and give a continuous feedback of the assignment of tasks and responsibilities, something that until now is scarce, especially in the journalistic area. Establish formal management mechanism and incentive system that allow attracting, developing, and motivating people who are part of the organization. To all these leadership tasks, we must add some specific ones, such as the need to identify trained people to solve a critical dilemma, combining quality with long-term economic efficiency. The current condition of the media market make innovation, creativity, and corporate entrepreneurship essential issues to promote inside the organization. Companies that want to lead their market cannot do just by comparison or imitation. They can prosper if they propose content that engage with the audience, and for that they must study in depth their consumer. Leaders must create an environment that promotes those concepts, be capable in seducing their teams to join the new vision. Leadership is an attempt at an interpersonal influence directed through the communication process to the achievement of one or more goals. The first step of innovation is creativity. If the leader falters, it will be more complex for the company to implement transformation that lasts over time and generate sustainable competitive advantage to make a difference compared to its competitors. For this reason, it is super important that those who lead media company develop soft skills, be great teamwork builders, have communication skills, and a good sense of planning. I have developed a couple of research projects that showed that there's a few leaders who encourage and promote these kinds of skills. Although creativity is a concept that managers consider relevant, these statements do not match with the action they take to promote inside their companies. The risk of that kind of behavior is, if an organization does not innovate, it is giving a message to the competition to take control of the market. But even more serious than that is the internal message of their people showing a lack of competitiveness to face new challenge. Not only it is necessary to have a good idea to be able to create value throughout innovation, it is also necessary to carry out a series of actions within the organization to ensure sustained growth. What does superior innovation entail? Grow faster, better, and becoming a smarter organization. Knowledge must be an integral part of the organization mindset and not a position or something fictitious that is driven sporadically by the leader. It must be a key element that flourishes over time and can be attacked on two fronts. A technological one that responds to the research, development, launch, or improvement of a new product, and another strategic that defines the business model to be followed through customers, the value chain, and value creation. It is in this last dimension, that the leaders can mainly influence. However, the context in which it is located will have an impact on how to do it, both in the process and in the planning. The development of that idea depends on the impulse of who is at the helm. The requirements to achieve those goals are: extend the income stream to the maximum, enter new markets, type segments, and geographic, create products to enter markets where the organization does not have a presence, but there is an attractive market, be able to defend those products in which there have some advantage, and adapt the structural limitation of the industry. It is impossible to find an innovative organization without a leader that doesn't promote it, but also it's utopian to assume that it's just enough. Modern company needs people who propose ideas, promote them, and deploy their creativity. The scholar highlights that three capacities are needed to make the most of the innovative potential: people, process where employees transform simple resources into product of greater value, and the criteria used by employees to carry out their actions. Another risk for the media organization is that leaders are not very critical about their work. Most of them have good opinion of their transformative qualities. They believe they have the ability to inspire, share goals, and understand what is important, perhaps somewhat in contrast with the working experience of their employees that often have a low opinion of media companies as place to work. Media industry needs leaders to understand media mission and societal role, no matter the size, ownership, or year of existence in our complex landscapes, to do the same or something quite similar to what was done yesterday is not likely to be a recipe for success. Leader demands for success evolve more towards their skills, combined with abilities to motivate teams and the agility and flexibility to embrace change. Therefore, fast innovation and more competition in the media industry require a high degree of leadership. Without an increased capacity to change, companies are left behind. When transformations are not quiet and linear, they demand new strategies, business model, and process to create value. These presentations try to remind us that leadership is one of the main sources of competitive advantage in turbulent times.